A new epidemic called eating disorders has hit the world, and the victims of this epidemic are young women. Learn about eating disorders from a teenage girl whose mom has a degree in dietetics and has grown up in this crazy world with high expectations that we call home. At some point in our lives, we have come across someone near and dear to us, or maybe even distant and quiet, who have experienced the struggles of an eating disorder. And maybe it's even you. In this speech, I will cover the horrifying impact of eating disorders and strategies of prevention and support. According to the Webster Dictionary, eating disorders are any of several psychological disorders characterized by serious disturbances in eating behavior. Merriam-Webster 2025. There are many different types of eating disorders, all just as detrimental to the human body as the previous one. Sadly, this epidemic I speak of is selecting its victims one by one while they are so young. Teenage girls struggle with many challenges going into adolescence: popularity, friendships, school, and even body image. Every girl has been there, including myself. That's a short testimony. This is due to many factors. Social media, bullying, and boys are common for this age range. The perception of being overweight, unfit, and unhealthy protrudes in their heads. However, it is just not America. Every other country deals with eating disorders too. Abraham 7. It is estimated in a study done by ANAD.org that 28 million Americans suffer from an eating disorder. Those are some statistics from ANAD.org. The most common types of eating disorders are anorexia, bulimia, and binge eating disorder. Anorexia is when a person is so stressed about their weight and what they eat to the point that the person stops eating and constantly is trying to lose weight. That could be through working out. Bulimia, or bulimia nervosa, is a second common eating disorder. This is where the person tends to eat a lot of food, then later in private induces purging. Purging is another word for vomiting. On the other side of this, there's binge eating disorder. Binge eating is when the person frequently eats an unhealthy amount of food in just one sitting. They tend to attack people who have a negative psychological and social problems. These disorders do not simply affect the human body for that one time of struggle. Instead, it completely alters the typical functions of a healthy human body. Yes, eating disorders are frighteningly common in younger generations today, but everyone can suffer. The way an eating disorder forms does not always start the same way. However, most have a common co-occurring issue at the same time, such as depression, anxiety, obsessive-compulsive disorder, and self-harm. That's from Savelle Roxon 15. The weight choices hold on our health is intimidating. When living and eating disorders, anorexic and bulimia patients also suffer from electrolyte imbalances, heart failure, and organ damage. Binge eating patients often suffer from obesity, fatty liver, and heart failure too. Savelle Roxon 3. Taking care of your body as it develops and grows is important to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Personally, I've had a friend who suffered from anorexia for quite a while. As her friend, I knew that it was serious and that when she began to develop heart problems, she would have to wear a heart monitor. And she wore that heart monitor for quite a while. But just think, the time that she wore that, many events happened. And because of that bulky heart monitor, yes, it helped her, but it also showed up in every homecoming picture, and she was devastated that it ruined her look. That is a testimony from a personal friend. Not to mention that this stage of adolescence is very important. It paves the way into living for the rest of your life. When young girls suffer from conditions such as these and do not maintain a healthy weight, their menstruation may be delayed, or they could possibly even become infertile. When they get too caught up in this stage of life, they forget of what there is still to come and that there is still a whole future ahead of them. Thankfully, if you struggle with any of these, help is right around the corner. If you are struggling with any of these disorders, it is important that you seek help and ensure your health and safety. The road to recovery is very important. Let me repeat that. The road to recovery is very important. It doesn't matter how far you've gone, you must come back. The first step to realize that you have an issue is to realize that you have that issue. Next, tell a trusted friend, adult, or family member. We are here for you because we love you. After doing these things, go to the doctor. They are there to help you further your recovery. This may result in a couple of doctor visits where they run some simple tests, maybe even blood drawn, or get you on medication. With my mom having a dietetics background, she's always looking for ways to eat better. Supplementing with some high protein, such as yogurt or meats, are always good. High carbs, bread, spaghettis, oranges maybe, and snacks with high minerals in them, maybe even a pineapple, can help with bad eating habits. It may be hard to stomach at first, but it can be done. An example of a way to heal during or after this process, you may experience avoidant personality disorder. This is where a patient will want to seclude themselves from any social interactions. Lizero 43. This is a common. Nevertheless, friends and family are always nearby if you need anything. This life is precious, yet many people struggle with life-altering disorders such as anorexia, bulimia, and binge eating. However, no matter what comes your way in this life, I hope everyone feels that they are enough. If you struggle, please remember that help is right here. Your body is perfect, and you should not change it for anyone. This world needs the person you were made to be, so keep it that way. Thank you.